So, my friend, I want to ask you, have you been listening to some of my podcasts for a while and identified for yourself all the areas that you feel your business could be better in? Maybe you just are so busy you haven't yet mastered the working as much as you like bit. Or maybe you're just not bringing in the money, like you're struggling with the income, or it's just not enough. Well, it's time for us to have a conversation. In the show notes, there is a link to my evolution call. If you're a dance boss and you are ready to take action, let's have a chat and let's see where I can take you. Welcome, lovelies, to the Ultimate Dance Business Podcast. My name is Deborah Laws, the dance business expert. My passion is to help you turn your passion into profit while guiding you to work less and earn more. I'm super excited to share interviews with you that I know will inspire and motivate you in your schools, as well as my solo shows where I shall be sharing some great tips and strategies. So if you love the show, please do remember to review, subscribe, and share it with your fellow dance boss friends. So let's get stuck into the business of dance. Hello, my lovely. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to talk today about being bold, being brave, and not being afraid to fail. Now, I don't know if you've ever come across it, but there is a really brilliant graduation speech that Denzel Washington did. You can find it on YouTube. And I think it's called Falling Forward or something along those lines. If you type in Fall Forward, Denzel Washington, you'll find it. It's one of the most beautiful, inspirational speeches that I've ever heard. So please, when you finish my podcast, don't go just yet. When you finish my podcast, go find it and watch it. I just love it. But in a nutshell, he basically talks about the fact that everything we do in life is a lesson. And if we view everything as when we fail, when we fall over, when we stumble, when we do something wrong, it's always a lesson that we learn so that we are wiser, cleverer, better, less likely to make the mistake again next time. So there's no such thing as failing or falling, because every time you fail or fall, you take a step forward, you learn, you grow, and therefore you've actually fallen forwards. And when I started to take this approach, it suddenly helps me to become a little bit braver, a little bit bolder, and a little bit less scared to try things and to take risks. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to have a little think. It's a big question, so I hope you're ready for this one. What would you do if you were bold enough and brave enough to do it, even if there was a possibility that you might fail? I love this question. I really love this question, because there's a lot of mindset stuff that we have, a lot of stuff in our head that is there to protect us from failing. And sometimes it protects us so well that we don't even try. This is where poor people that suffer from agoraphobia come from, because their brain has taught them if you don't even step outside the door, then you're safe and protected. But the minute you go outside, you are vulnerable and harm might come to you. That is our brain's level that it can protect us. It's so clever, and it can work in our favor, but it can equally work very much against us. And so when we can take away the thought process but if I do that, it might not work and I might fail. When we can step out of that little mindset just for a minute and then think about the things that we would do or say if failure wasn't actually a thing. I am just going to pause here for a second, because I just want to check that you know all about my new software, Dance Business Solutions. And if you don't, then I would love to show it to you.
You can book a demo where I will show you around the magic that I have created in Dance Business Solutions, and you can see just what it will do for your business. So from websites to selling events to managing your customers, managing your inquiries, creating surveys, planning your social media, like it does a gazillion things. And they're all very exciting because I have pre-built most of it for you already using my wisdom and expertise as a dance business coach. So go to dancebusinesssolutions.com as soon as you've finished listening to my podcast and click on book a demo. And I cannot wait for one of my team to show you around.
If we only ever fail forwards, then all of a sudden we stand a bit taller, we puff our feathers up, we feel a bit bigger, we feel a bit more expansive, we feel a bit braver. So what does that look like for you? What would you do if you couldn't possibly fail? So maybe you have thought about, I don't know, buying a franchise or starting circus classes, but you haven't gone down that route because you think, but what if I spend all that money and then nobody wants it, nobody loves it, and and then it's all a big failure, and oh, that's scary, and so I can't afford to do that, so I just won't do it. Or maybe you've thought about starting a competition team. But then this little voice kicks in, doesn't it, that says, but what if none of my good kids want to do it? What if I don't get a decent team together? What if they don't get placed? What if the parents are then really unhappy? What if the parents leave to go somewhere else? Like, it's all those what ifs, isn't it? And so the process to go through is, okay, so what if I do only have a certain standard of kids that want to do it? Well, then maybe we just pick more carefully the types of events that we go and compete at. Maybe we create our competition team with a very different ethos, very much not about winning, but about giving your child stage experiences. And we set it up and we talk about it, and our values are very much aligned with not winning, but growing. And so when you actually start to go down the route of, well, what if this happens? Well, then maybe the lessons learned means that I can approach it in this way. And then what else would you love to create for yourself in your business? Maybe you're verging right on the edge of getting your own premises, but there are so many voices in your head giving you all the reasons that you can't do it. Well, I'm a little bit of a believer, as long as the risks aren't huge, like I'm not a big risk taker, but I will take a certain level of risk if I think the world is not going to end if it fails. So, for example, getting a premises, I'm not 100% there. It may be a little bit of a risk. I think that's a good thing because that puts you under a gentle amount of tension that means that you are going to work really hard at making sure that you get more kids in, that you fill your classes, that you can pay your bills. And sometimes when you're under that little bit of tension, that's when the real greatness comes out of us. That's when we really hustle, when we really dig deep and we find answers. Potentially that's when you come and find me or a business coach and you say, look, I've done this thing. It's not quite working out. I feel like it's failing. So, come help me, pick me up, show me the lessons I need to learn. And let's get me sorted with this problem. So what would you do? What are you on the precipice of doing? But part of you is afraid of the failure. And if we took that failure away, what are the big, bold, brave moves that we could take? And maybe, just maybe, we are the roadblock that is stopping us from doing some of these great things. I really do genuinely believe, my darling, that there is so much greatness in you, that we as humans are capable of so much. But you've got to believe, and you've got to be ready to step into that greatness. You've got to be ready to be brave and bold and not let the fear of failure get in the way, because we only ever fail forwards. Ask yourself what some of those lovely things are that you'd love to do. Go and listen to Denzel. And then I would love you to tell me, like, find me on Facebook in Messenger, Deborah Laws, send me a private message and just say, Deborah, I listened to your podcast. These are a couple of the things that I would love to be bold enough to go out and do. And maybe I can just give you that little bit of encouragement to go find your greatness. All right, everybody, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. So I wanted to tell you that this episode is kindly sponsored by Sally at Dance Studio Marketing, who is your go-to solution for growing your dance school through the power of social media. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at trying to attract new students, at Dance Studio Marketing, Sally helps dance studio owners just like you to leverage the power of social media and paid ads to bring in a steady stream of students, which of course helps you to achieve more balance in your life. So if you're ready to grow with less stress, visit sallyprendergast.com, or you can connect with Sally at Dance Studio Marketing on your favorite social media platform today. My clients are getting fabulous results using Sally. So let's get those ads going and let's get your school growing.